Now it's the red-hot Dylan Moore.
Dylan Moore, offensive star last night.
Dylan Moore, pitch hit, home run on opening day.
Line drive, Debo! Yes, sir!
Bouncy ball past the mound, charging Dylan Moore.
Gotta hurry! He got him!
Holy smokes, what a play by Moore.
Well, we're pleased to be joined in studio by Dylan Moore of the Seattle Mariners. Mariners first place in the American League West. They continue their road trip. They're at the stadium tonight to take on the New York Yankees. Dylan, you have been excellent at the plate recently. You've been thrust into service. J.P. Crawford got hurt a while back, so you come in and you're taking advantage of the opportunity. Is this the best stretch you've felt at the plate in your big league career, or can you recall another time where you felt this good?
No, this is the best I've felt, kind of putting all of my experience and the highs and the lows of my career together to get to this point, and filling in for JP has been great. And
what's that been like now that you said that, hey, I've had to go through a lot, and to have this kind of success after the work, what does that feel like?
It feels great. It feels great. It feels like, you do everything, you work your hardest to get to this point, starting from a little kid as a dream, and to get to this point and be able to prove that you can do it every day it's a blessing.
What's your favorite position? You bounce around, but you've been at shortstop.
I like shortstop.
Don't
my
we
favorite.
all? Right? Yeah. Why? Because the game's happening.
Yeah, you get a lot of action. You're in charge of pretty much everybody, and you're the captain on the field, and it's a lot.
But we just talked about Xander Bogaerts before you came out. Like a guy who played short his whole life, it's not easy to just go over to second base and for them to assume that he's going to turn every double play. But you were talking to us in the break saying you had kind of gone over there in college, so it's nothing for you to make the
yeah,
transition.
there's a little bit of different, it's kind of a backwards thing. There's the plays that you got to go to second, you got to move from left to right, whereas on the left side of the infield, you're always moving from right to left. So it's just a little bit of that, but the throws shorter, you got a little bit more time, so it's a little bit easier if you've been over there. Obviously, if you played an extended period of time at short and then moving over, it could be a little bit more difficult.
I'll be official and say this and state it for everybody if they didn't know. I'm really old school when it comes to certain things, but the trident. I've actually, when I first saw that unveiled, I actually thought that was pretty cool. So who came up with that one? Because I saw
this is year 2 of the trident.
But I saw a pic in there with you holding it.
Is it 2 or 3? It's multiple years,
I can't
right?
remember. Yeah, I don't know who came up with it. I know that. It might have been some type of social media where they said tridents up, and then we came.
I mean, it's not over the top.
It's heavy, I heard.
It is heavy. Yeah, it is heavy. It was
not
broken
like a
recently.
plastic one.
It was broken recently by Luke Raley.
Oh, that's right. You got to get it. Real quick, my last one, then I'm going to step aside. Your rotation, it's arguably the best in baseball. It is win day. I mean, there's a potential for a win every time one of those dudes steps on the mound. What's it like playing behind them? What kind of things have you seen from your rotation?
Man, they just go out and they dominate every start. They're always around the zone. These guys are competitors, super competitors, and to be behind them when they're working fast and they're throwing strikes, they give us a chance to win every night, and that's all we can ask for.
Who's the we face the starters in live BP in spring training. Who's the nastiest one? In your opinion, to you.
Like, who's the one that when that pitcher's BP day rolls around and you look at your group and you see who you got and you go, come on, man.
See, in spring training, you got bragging rights, so you kind of got to work a little bit harder, especially when you face those guys. But I faced Bryce Miller when he was working on his splitter, and he didn't tell me when he had that, so that was a tough day for me.
Hey, it's just sprung it on you, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of here. You guys do what you do best.
All right.
Hero, get it.
You're hot at the plate. This is Dig Me session right here. Right. I want you to teach the kids at home that you're going to unlock somebody across the country that's going to go out and try and emulate Dylan Moore. All right, so we're going to love on you. Bring it up. You've been hot recently, especially in Baltimore. We're going to get into what you do at the plate. I want pregame routines. I want what works for you, how you approach it. So we're just going to little Dig Me session right here early, playing some D, diving all over the place. There's your boy Bryce Miller giving you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I don't know,
You
man.
said you're seeing the ball go. All right, pause this. John Means. I kind of go back, right? You're trying to get into count leverage against a guy like this. Not going to beat you with his heater. So take me through this at bat and what you're thinking. John Means, nasty changeup, big spot, 5-1, but you kind of know, hey, he's going to come get me. Solos won't kill you.
Right.
So run me through this at bat against the lefty right here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as far as the fastball goes, you kind of have to respect it. It doesn't have a whole lot of drop. We were talking about that, and the changeup doesn't as well. It's kind of one of those ones that just kind of stays on the plate. So I was just trying to get the fastball as much as I could and then see it up. He's kind of a nibbler. He's pretty good at getting on the corners of the plate. But like in the 3-1 count, I'm just trying to look for something up over it and drive it.
Are you looking heater?
Yeah, pretty much all the time. I mean, I hit.
You're looking heater all the time.
Pretty much all the time.
Even with all the advanced metrics you guys are getting, where these guys will fall into patterns, you're still not coming off fastball.
Granted, there's times where you can take a shot, but for the most part, you're only taking that shot for one pitch, and then you're coming back and you're back on the heater, just because, it's death if you're on the soft stuff and late on the fast stuff. You don't want to be in between it.
And what are you thinking, right? So for me, when I was in a 3-1 count, I was looking heater, middle away, and I was not trying to pull it. I was trying to rush it dead center. That would keep me on everything. Are you thinking I'm going left center, right center? What's your stock move?
Kind of just to the big part. Just try to get the head out and meet it to the big part. Sometimes when I go to the opposite field, I'll cut it. I'll get a little bit underneath and cut the ball a little bit instead of staying behind it. And with the stretch that I found recently with my success, it's been like getting the head out and pulling the ball hard to left field. But I found that if I go up there and think that, then it's almost too much. So I'll stay in the middle.
I don't want to spoil the ending here, but I'm assuming all those good targets.
He's about to jump ship right here.
Jump ship right here. And if this is the one I'm thinking of, I want to chime in a little bit. Play it, please, Lucas. All right, so you got a ball that I consider on the, that's outer.
Not outer.
Yeah, it's not even like middle outer, it's outer. Play it back for me.
Pause.
Go back to center field camera for me, Lucas, and just get to the release point of the 3-1 and freeze it. Thank you. All right, so what I was looking at right here was when I saw this thing, if we're talking about right here-ish, where this ball was, big part of the field, because I think sometimes when people think about just going yah-yah over the big wall out there in Camden, that thing leaves.
Yes.
Too many times that I see that, and that's the one thing that I noticed on that swing when I saw that earlier was this thing stays there an awful long time.
Sure.
And for you to go out there and jump on a 90 right here, up and away, that's pretty good. So do you think about that at all during your drills or during BP session, the front side, or no?
It's more about kind of like contact, where the contact is on the plate. I suppose when you're in the count or you have 3-1 or 2-0, something like that, it's a little bit more forward. So even with this ball that's on the outside corner, I'm a little bit, hey, I got a fastball coming. I'm going to be on time. I might even.
You ain't going to be late.
I ain't going to be late.
Okay.
So like if I was late, maybe it's a foul ball or maybe I hit it over here. But because I was on time, I caught it just a little bit out in front and I was able to.
But I mean, to me, that's a pretty unique that you have the ability that you can go outer edge.
Boom.
Because that's not small out there in Baltimore anymore, is it?
Oh yeah, I remember I was hauling out of the box there. I'm sure that was a problem.
All right,
yeah,
give me this nasty side. Pause it. All right, take me through everything you're thinking at the plate.
I mean,
keys-wise for you, you got a leg kick.
Yeah, I try to get as much balance in there. Rhythm for me has been like pretty small. Sometimes I'll get too big, but I want to start this tip and this leg at the same time.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get I don't want to get too stacked on this back hip to where like I'm kind of wobbling. I want to have like this hip in there at a little bit of an angle.
Yeah.
So and then I'm coming under with this foot. This is coming at the same time. And after that happens, once I get these two right, then I'm not thinking about much. I'm just if something goes wrong, I'll fix it after the game or whatever.
Are you thinking take your hands to the ball? Are you thinking barrel to the ball? You're not even worried about that.
No, I don't think he's overthinking it.
I'm not trying to overthink it. Try to make it as simple as possible.
What are your pre-game? Like, what are you doing? Are you doing flips? You off the tee?
Yeah, if I'm feeling good, I get some flips in before BP. I'll take BP, and then before the game, I'll get in on some of those softballs off the machine that are
high velocity.
High velocity. Yeah, we'll move them in different directions. For means, it was a little bit more of a like at the top. Wherever I want to get the pitcher that day, I'll set it up in that spot. And all
right, get him to his leg kick right here. Run this. Pause. Were you always a leg kick guy? Even high school, college?
No. In college, I had like more of a And sometimes I still use it on like quit pitches and things like that, but I had like more of a like a toe and then down.
Set it down.
That's been a little bit harder to.
So when did you start to incorporate this?
Man, I can't even remember. It's sometime in the minor leagues. I can't remember exactly when.
Just to generate more power and count
yeah,
leverage?
more power, yeah, for sure.
That
was kind of.
Run it. That's a good looking swing right there.
There's nothing wasted.
Hey, bring up the boards on pulling in the air and him getting highest average launch angle. Are you aware of this?
I am now. What is it?
Highest average launch angle this season.
Don't worry, I asked the same question.
I mean, you're trying to hit the ball in the air.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's only 3 guys out there. There's 5 in the middle, 5 on the ground there.
You hear that? 3 out in the outfield, 5 in the ground. You're trying to get the ball. Give us the next board. Highest pull rate this season. Altuve, not bad.
Yeah, that's definitely different this year, and it's led to success. So I'm gonna stick there.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, give him one next board, and we'll dive into the dig me again. Highest slug on fastballs. Ooh. Obviously, you're not coming off.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? We got to stay on the fastballs. You're not gonna try and go for something that you're not good at, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, do me a favor and look at some of those names at the top of that board right there and
All
say,
the best hitters
I'm on
are
this
the
board here?
gas.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I need a screenshot of that.
We'll give you one. We can send you one.
Hey, Lucas, in the break.
Make it your screensaver.
Yeah, make it your screensaver.
That's a solid look too. You're going with the mock.
That was 2020.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back in. Baltimore over the weekend. A couple big doubles down the line right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I've just been trying to get it closer. I've been hitting these balls fair, whereas in the past I would pull them foul. So, yeah, just trying to.
And I got one for you because I had to bring this back. This is a couple years ago.
Oh, this is a good one.
You go hit a grand slam right here off Brooks Raley. The call is unbelievable. And then the next day, Kendall Graveman gets traded and just this disaster to the chemistry of the ball club.
Come on.
But in that moment, I wanted to give you love because you were fired up. The boys were fired up.
That was awesome. We went down super early in that game, and we came back, and we still don't like him, but we didn't like him a lot that year as well. It's always good to get one against them.
No, I absolutely love it. Get out and around it, Robert. Pull it in the air. There's 3 in the outfield.
Wait a minute, correct me. He never said get out and around it. He didn't say that.
I couldn't pull a baseball to save my life.
I want to be clear. He did not say get out and
Keep
around.
the front shoulder stacked, Robert. My bad.
Isn't it funny we bring up a board on launch angle and he's like, I had no idea.
Right.
What
is that?
That's the thing, Lauren. It's
just
like
wants
all these analytics and metrics. You can find something to make somebody look good or bad or whatever you want, but I don't think a lot of the guys on a daily basis are really diving in on that.